Welcome to week 4, Recovering Essence of Integrity. This week was very emotional for me. I've been crying a lot the whole week. I don't know if it's related to this week especially, or because there are certain things in my life going on with my daughter starting a new school, me being pregnant, and I feel very nostalgic about, when my baby was a baby, when my daughter was a baby. And as a mom, you need to teach your kids to be independent, to not need you in life. I think that is part of your job as a mom, but also it's at the same time it's hard because they don't need you anymore, and just to separate yourself from your kid is a process that I didn't see that coming as an emotional or nostalgic process. I'm happy that my daughter is going to a new school, and that she's more independent now and she's doing things by herself. But I have to say that I cried a lot. It's just the time goes so fast that you don't even notice. And then you think she's almost 4 years old, and it's like, oh my God, 4 years, and it's just amazing. So I've been very emotional this week because of that. And some of the activities that you need to do this week are letters to my 42 years old from an 80-year-old perspective in an 8-year-old perspective. And it's also a very beautiful activity, I have to say, because then you realize like how many things you already accomplished, especially from my 8-year-old perspective. I wrote down that I hope you are married and I hope you have children, because when I was young, I felt that would never happen to me, that it was gonna be hard or something. Unfortunately, I come from a family that my parents split up, and they split up when I was 17 years old, something like that. But still was a very painful process. I think it doesn't matter what age you are, a split up from your parents is painful no matter what. And because of that, I wanted to have a family so bad, but I didn't know that I was gonna be able to have a family. So I wrote myself like, I hope you're married and I hope you have children. And also I wrote like, I hope you have a cat or a dog, because remember, I used to say this as a girl, that I used to tell this to my dad because my dad didn't want to have dogs. And I remember I used to say like, a family without a dog is not family. A family needs to have a dog or a cat, a pet in general. And I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog, so I need to work on that. But it's a very beautiful exercise. Also, you need to compare your life pie, where different areas in your life, like your work, play, romance, friends, exploring, and exercise. Those are the areas in your life that you need to see if they improved or something. And I have to say that I didn't see a lot of change. My highest one is work, because I spent a lot of time working and just trying to be productive. And I think my lowest is like play. I don't do a lot of things that are just to relax. As I said last week, for me it's very hard to slow down, and I need to work on that. I also feel that, I don't know if that is coming from a cultural thing, because I grew up seeing my mom working very hard till today, and I feel that maybe as a Mexican, you have that in your DNA or something, that you need to work, and that's how you live your life. So definitely I need to work on that, um, to maybe have a more balance. Also the exercise, I have to say, right now with the pregnancy is a little bit complicated. um, and I mean, you notice that I am constantly like out of breath, and I I do walk like a lot or enough, and but definitely that after pregnancy, after having my baby, that is gonna increase. I promise to myself. um so those are very interesting activities that I had to do this week. And one thing that I I found very interesting this week is that the book says, like, if you want to work on your art, you need to work on your life. And I remember when I was working as an actress, I was one actor that had a lot of experience, told me that if you want to be a better actor, you need to be a better human being. And honestly, at that time, I didn't understand what he meant with that, um, because I am a very methodical person. I am a very structured person. So I wanted to have a method to learn how to act. But then I realized that as an actor, you need to be very connected to your emotions, to your body, to your thoughts, and you need to have different life experiences, because that's that's the material or the emotions that you need to portray when you play a character. And I remember he used to tell me, like, Gina, just go out to the world and try to communicate with different kind of people, different cultures, different perspectives in life, because that is gonna make your life rich, and you would understand, or at least have some empathy for other people's lives, and that is gonna make you a better human, better, and then a better actor. So the book says, like, yeah, like, you need to work on your life if you want to have if you want to be an artist. And definitely, based on my life pie, I need to focus in my other areas that I feel that I have neglected for a long time, because I only focus on work, and this is, the work is only one part of the whole life. Also have to say that I feel that I wish I write every day the morning pages, but I'm still struggling with that. um Last week I did 4 days, and I think that's becoming my standard per week. I wish I do at least 6 days. um so I think that I need to work on that way more. Also, I didn't do the artist date this week, because um, the book suggests that you do a long artist date, like go for a weekend to some place. And because it's this time of the year is a little bit complicated, I couldn't do that. And but still, I didn't do any other artist date this week, so that's a bummer. But I will try to gain that back in the next weeks. But I feel that it's very important to not skip the morning pages, at least the morning pages, because that's where you have the connection with yourself and with the big creator. Also, other thing that the book mentions is that um, sometimes we are afraid to have certain thoughts, and the morning pages helps to just let it go. Sometimes we could have, like, not pretty thoughts or pretty feelings, or you don't feel good about something, or you feel very upset about something, but you don't let it out. you don't speak up about that because maybe you feel shame, or that's not the kind of person you want to be or something, because you want to have an image like, no, I never get upset, or I don't get upset like that, or I don't say that word or something like that. And I try to completely let it out, my feelings. And I have to say that sometimes I I prefer not to say things even out loud, only to myself, because I feel that I am afraid to be very upset, or to have those feelings um like I don't know. And I think there's not good or bad feelings. There's just, it's just a feeling, and every feeling has the same right to be expressed, because that's why you have that feeling, to be expressed, to be respected, as I said, like in week 3. um, if you are upset about something, it's because that feeling wants to be listened by you and taken action based on that. So I this time I wrote down things that I am not happy with, and I just expanded, I just let it go. And it felt a little bit weird because I am not that kind of person, but also felt very liberating. So this was a very, very, very good week, and it was a very emotional week. But definitely, I feel that I feel a little bit more free about expressing my feelings and my thoughts, and be okay with that. To not judge myself, the way I'm feeling, the way I'm doing certain things. I think it's all a process. And there's one thing that book says about, like, maybe you don't feel stuck, but you don't know where you're going. And I feel that right now I am exactly at that point, because I don't feel stuck, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, what I'm doing. Sometimes when I record even these videos, I I have an idea what I'm gonna share with you, and then as soon as I sit here in front of a camera, then maybe I ended up talking about another thing. And but that's the thing. This is also a process for me, and the fact that I am documented it and sharing it with the world, I think is it's a good thing. Um, Actually, the other day I received a message from a person on my Instagram, because I shared some little videos about my experience doing the artist way, and it was a very beautiful message. And she was saying, "Thank you for sharing your process, because it's helping a lot um, to her." And then for me, it felt very very it felt very good that sometimes you don't know why you're doing this kind of things, or maybe you don't see the point of this, but you don't know that in the other side of the camera there's a person who maybe needs to hear something that you say. And I think that's important, and I think that's why we are here. In the last week, when I said um, your duty is to give to the world whatever you want to share, just give to the world your gift. That is your duty, not to judge, um, not to judge your work, but to share what you do. That's your responsibility. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I want to share all this process, or all my learnings. And I hope you find a little bit of, I don't know, a good word for you, for your life, for your soul, and that can help you at least a little bit in your life. So thank you for being here, and let's see how it goes week 5.